To create a new assessment in UnitedSTI, select Assessment List from the Assessment section of the main menu. This page contains a list of published and in-progress assessments in your UnitedSTI account. Click the red circle at the bottom right corner of the screen to create a new assessment. In the Introduction tab, give your assessment a name and description. You also have the option to include additional instructions, a video reference, information on scoring and reporting, and any qualifiers. To continue, click Save and Next. If there are any PDFs, images, or audio files that you wish to include with your assessment, upload them to the instrument in the Supplemental Materials tab. In the next tab, select the demographic fields you want to include in your assessment. The demographic fields are pulled from the client's profile page and will automatically populate when running the assessment as long as that information is already present in the client's profile. If you would like to require that the user administering the assessment enter any missing demographic information before moving on, slide this toggle to Yes and click Save. In this page, you can create sections and subsections for your assessment. Click New Section at the top of the screen to create a new section. Enter the section's title, as well as any special definitions or instructions for the section. These areas are optional. Click Add Section. If I return to the section list, my new section has been created. I can update the section information by clicking on the pencil icon, and I can delete the section by clicking on the trash can icon. Once you have created your first section, you can create subsections to be nested inside the parent section. After entering the section information, click this drop-down menu to choose a parent section. Sections and subsections can be reordered by clicking this arrow icon. In the question creation page, click New Question. Enter the question's information here. This field is required. Optional fields include additional information and a place to designate a category for reporting purposes. If you'd like to give a question more weight, increase the number in this field. To require a respondent to answer a question before submitting a finished assessment, click this box. To keep a question optional, leave this box unchecked. To assign the question to a specific section of the assessment, click this icon. Select the section from the pop-up window and click Save. Questions that are not assigned to a specific section will be presented at the beginning of the assessment. Now it's time to choose a response type. By selecting Binary, you have the option of presenting yes or no, true or false, or plus or minus data collection buttons. Once you select the type, indicate which answer should be considered correct by clicking on it. Selecting multiple choice responses allows you to choose from 3 different types. One option or many allows the responder to select all options that apply. Only one will limit the responder to one answer. Let's look at one option or many first. Enter an answer option in this field and then click Add Answer. Repeat this process for each possible response. If you want to designate certain answers as a correct response, click this button. This step can be repeated for as many responses as you'd like. Edit a response by clicking the pencil icon, and delete responses using the trash can icon. To create a question with multiple choice and only one correct response, enter your first possible response in this field, and then click Add Answer. To designate one answer as correct, click this button. For this response type, only one response can be selected as correct. The final option for a multiple choice response type is a rating scale. Set your scale by using this slider, and then click Set Values. To edit a definition, click this pencil icon. Enter the value of the rating, and then click the check mark to save. Repeat for each item on the rating scale. The third response type is an open field. With this option, you can select either an open text field, for example, you could add a field for notes or comments, or a field in which to enter a number, for example, the number of times you observed a certain behavior occur during the assessment. You can preview what your assessment will look like once it is published at any time during the creation process by clicking the Preview button. Once you have saved a question, you can edit it at any time by clicking on this pencil icon. Clone a question by clicking this icon. In the Scoring tab, you can determine how your assessment results will be scored. If you have indicated that your assessment questions have a correct answer, you can select the percentage model to generate a percentage correct for the entire assessment, or generate a score for each section of the assessment. Selecting None will present the raw data for each execution of the assessment. As you complete each step of the creation process and click the Save and Next button, your progress is stored in your Unitas TI account. Assessments can be worked on over time as your schedule allows. To save your scoring selection, click Save Scoring. When your assessment has been created and all steps completed, click Save as Draft. Once the draft is saved, you can map programs to answers, assign the draft assessment to a client, run the assessment, and review results to ensure that your assessment has been created to your specifications. Note that the results from any executions with a client while the instrument is in the draft phase will be marked as invalid once the assessment is returned to edit mode or published. We will discuss mapping programs to an assessment, assigning an assessment to a client, running the assessment, and reviewing results in another video. To continue making changes to your assessment, click back to edit mode. To publish your assessment from the draft stage to the final stage, click Publish. It should be noted that once an assessment is published, it cannot be edited or changed, though it can be cloned to create an updated version. You can now continue to map programs to assessment answers or scores and assign the assessment to clients.